Hey Remarkable Lifers, this is Craig, and today I'm going to take you on a little journey with me. Something a little different. A lot of you have been asking us, what is it like really living in Ajijic, Mexico? What's it like moving to another country? And there's some aspects of it that people don't take into consideration. There's all the things you have to do. Then there's you. And there's what it means to you, how it affects your life. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. What moving to Mexico and leaving everything behind means to me. Stay tuned. So let's back up just a touch. First of all, my name is Craig. For those of you whom I haven't met yet, and me and my husband, KJ, moved to Ajijic, Mexico about 7.5 months ago. We sold everything, quit jobs, relocated our entire lives. And this is going to be about what that meant to me personally. We've done videos on the good, the bad, the ugly. Here, I'll show you that right there. That's in our other videos. But we've talked about what it means and we've shown you what it looks like. But what I haven't done is I haven't told you what it meant to me individually. And I'll try to talk KJ into doing this as well, but I'm going to just pour it out there. I'm having a day where a lot of things are coming together. Things that we have been working on happened. People came by and visited us and asked us to do things and to be part of their lives. And it's just taken me back. And so I want to use this opportunity to talk about what it means to me and what it was like moving to Mexico. But we'd established a very comfortable life and had a beautiful home, a couple of beautiful homes that we lived in over the years. We had renovated them ourselves. We had made it exactly what we wanted, or what we thought we wanted. And then we got to a place in our lives where that's not what we wanted anymore. And that takes you back. That is an emotional roller coaster in and of itself when you go, I created this life and I have everything I ever wanted, and now there's a line from one of my favorite musicals and there are bridges you cross you didn't know you crossed. And that's what happened to us. We got to a place where we're like, all of a sudden, this isn't working anymore. Could be the stage of life, could be people, the culture, the whatever, you can blame it on, but it comes down to us. And I'll be honest with you, during that process, I had more than one panic attack. But I had reached a point of, a breaking point, undoing the life that I had built and having it actually feel right to do. It felt right to undo this life after working almost 50 years to build it. And that was shocking and eye-opening and incomprehensible, whatever the right word is. I got through that. We got the house sold. I was excited about moving and starting over again. And mind you, we sold everything down to about 10 plastic tubs. I mean, we sold everything. I sold things and gave away things that I never thought I would. So we came here and we got to this house, and fortunately we had found this house through some friends. We were able to have a place to go once we got here that was going to be mostly permanent. And there were a lot of shocks. There were a lot of surprises, things that you cannot anticipate. And I won't go into all the details on that, but I want to talk about how it feels. So you come here, I didn't have the comforts of home were not here. I had to kind of build that in over time. We didn't have transportation. We didn't speak the language. We didn't know where to buy milk. I mean, there's only so many things in a day that you can have to put your brain to before your brain gets tired. And that's what happened to us. And, It was exciting and it was new, but it was hard to adjust. Now, worth every minute of it. And I will not deny that it was hard, but I will not deny that nothing so far has overshadowed the opportunity and the good stuff that's come here. But, you know, it was a test for us. We getting along when we're just thrown into, we are the only person that the other one can absolutely rely on. And it was a stress for, I'm sure, our families and our friends who were like, what are these crazy people doing? They are up and moving. At the end of the day, we're 7-8 months in, and we have established a life here. And now I can look back and say what it is that I have gained and what it is that I miss and what it is that I feel like I've lost. So one of the interesting things is that shift. You know, I'm not even 50 yet. I'll be 50 this next year. KJ's younger than me. So we are doing this a lot earlier than most people do. You anticipate getting to a certain place in your life and retiring. We're not really retiring so much as changing our entire lifestyle and going towards a different direction. Yes, it's a retirement. Yes, it's a, you know, all of that jazz. But that shift from growth mindset to, you know, I have to save, I have to build my future to it is the future. You get to utilize that. You get to draw from that. You get to now change everything. You don't have to work every day. You don't have to do this. And we are not wealthy people, let me tell you. That is an adjustment. And it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. I would not encourage someone to go into it lightly. But I also will tell you that the rewards far outweigh the inconveniences. And that's what they are. They're inconveniences. You know, we didn't have a car for the first few months we were down here, and we had to walk everywhere. But wow, just moving down here, and this is something that was kind of intentional on our part, but we didn't really know the full impact of it. I see so many people go into retirement and they don't live, they just exist. And they might be just as well off as we are, but they're just existing. They just stopped working, that's all. And we wanted to continuously challenge ourselves to keep ourselves fresh, to keep our minds engaged. And let me tell you something, moving down here where you got to think about every sentence you say, you got to think about where you're going to buy things, how you're going to get someplace, learn a new culture, learn new people, make new friends, find ways to connect with family, find ways to handle government and bills and all of those things. It is like a constant word cross puzzle or a constant Sudoku or whatever that is. Your brain is just firing to try to do things. And man, I feel alive and I feel more energized and like I'm utilizing my brain more than I ever have in my life. And we both had careers, and we've talked about it, and it's like we're 21 years old again and the whole world is new. I mean, to be at this stage of our life and to feel like everything's new again. We're 19 years old. We're out there in the world. We're experiencing things new for the first time. We're figuring things out. We're making mistakes. We're fixing those mistakes. The future has suddenly become expansive in the middle of my life. More on the not so middle side. That has been a shock and a surprise. I cannot say good enough things about making the big steps, changing your life, and doing something scary. And it was scary. We didn't know what we were going to run into. So what has it allowed me to do? I've come down here and my brain shifted from existing and maintaining a life that we had built to letting all of that go, letting go the responsibility of owning a home. We rent. letting go of I need to, decorate the house to make it our style. I don't want to spend that much time in my home anymore. I have embraced the creative side of me. I always felt like I was an artist. I always had very creative aspects to my personality. I worked in a creative industry. But I never really explored that individual creativity. And now I'm down here and I don't have enough hours in the day for all of the ideas that are coming to me. I'm flooded with the creativity. And I mean, I want to paint. I'm a poet. I like to write. I like to do poetry. I want to do a movie. I don't know. There's so many options in front of me. And this is one of my art forms. I'm not doing this because it's going to make me money or because I feel like I need to or I want the attention. This is an art form for me. And it's also a way for me to give back. And that's the other thing, is there's so many opportunities to volunteer, to get involved with local communities, to help orphans and pets and animals and people that I haven't even been able to venture into to the degree I want to. There are not enough hours in the day now for me to be retired. And I don't understand that. I'm not even going to pretend to. But the opportunities, the thoughts, the ideas that have come to me over the last 6 months are things I've never experienced before in my life as an artistic person. So if you're an artistic person, wow, this is the place to be. The people, think about the people who move to another country. It takes a specific kind of mindset and a specific kind of motivation. And we all have that in common down here when we are part of that immigrant expat community. And you instantly connect with people. It is crazy. Instantly. You just skip all the small talk and you're just like, we're friends now. You start to be able to interact in a much more intuitive way versus a guarded way. And that, again, is a huge surprise, especially as an introvert. I'm an introvert. KJ's loving it because he is like off the charts extrovert. I'm an introvert. This was not expected. I thought I'd have to struggle to make friends in a new country. I don't even have hours in the day to get together with everyone who wants to get together with us. And I think that's beautiful. I feel alive again. I really do. I feel alive again. I feel like my future is unlimited. It's expansive. I'm look forward to my future. And I'm letting go of that past stuff. Now, that does not mean people. There are people in my life who we left behind who I miss dearly. But I also understand that stages in life change. My niece and nephew, they're building their own life. I mean, I love them. I want to spend as much time as I can with them, but they're building their own life. They've got their own families and their own jobs and careers. And I don't think they would appreciate me sitting around and just stagnating and becoming a burden later. Sorry, guys, I won't do it. If I do, I'm sorry. But, I've told KJ this, and I've told a few people this. When we were making the decision to move down here, it was scary, it was new, it was, what are we doing? I mean, we had those moments where we're like, what are we doing? We just sold our house, or we just quit our job. Oh my gosh. But the thing that pushed it over the edge, I have a great nephew. And I looked at KJ one day and I said, the thing that really just pushes me forward is, and this is more about me than the child, is that he will never live in a world where someone in his family has not done something like this. He will never again live in a world, none of my family, no one who knows me, can say that they have not seen someone move abroad, change their life, sell everything, start over, and succeed. I didn't have that. You may not have had that. And that has been the biggest win for me. And it's not something that I will ever see the fruits of. But I know that that has changed the world. For me and for other people in some small way. And with technology, I'm talking to my sister-in-law constantly. I just talked to my nephew the other day. It's all people have to do is pick up the phone and call me. At the same time, it's interesting to see the people and the relationships that feel, I believe, it feels as if they're like, well, you're not in physical proximity to me, so I don't know how to be your friend anymore. And I regret that. I am sorry for that. I do my best to contact them. And I have a lot of people, and you know who you are, who definitely reach out and stay in touch. And even if it's once in a while, I know everybody's got busy lives, but there's been a couple of people that just absolutely don't understand that you can still be friends or family in another area, in another place. I was told by someone very important to me once that a functional relationship is one where people are allowed to leave. And it doesn't destroy the relationship. I think that's really important to say here for some reason. But as far as all of that mumbo jumbo about Mexico, we encountered a lot of misinformation when we were coming here. There were a lot of people who, when we said we were moving to Mexico, why are you doing that? How dare you? We got a couple of how dare yous. We got called traitors. We got called names. We got told that we were probably going to die. We got asked questions like, well, how will you eat? Where will you get food? These are the misconceptions about Mexico. This is not a terrible country. This is a beautiful country. This is a developed country. This is and I can only speak for the area I'm in. I know there are parts of Mexico that don't have it as good as where I'm at. I know that there are challenges safety-wise in some areas. I'm not oblivious to those things. Where I decided to come to is a beautiful lakeside resort. It really boils down to it's a beautiful lakeside town with all the conveniences just done differently, and it's a beautiful culture, and I am enjoying learning how to speak the language and what different holidays are and why certain things are the way they are. And it's making me such a better person. And I cannot even begin to explain to you what that means to me. And the surprise of it. I will say when we came here, this is a really hard thing to admit, but we found ourselves, and we think we're the most liberal-minded, open-minded people in the world. Inclusive and, diverse and all of those things. But we found ourselves here where we're getting ready to point out somebody. We're like, oh, that Mexican gentleman over there. And I'm like, wait a minute, why did I just whisper that word? Why did I just whisper the word Mexican? Because it's been made a dirty word in the United States. So I understand why people saw when we were moving here, it was, oh my gosh, you're moving to Mexico. It's a beautiful country. Mexicans are very proud of being from Mexico, just like Americans are proud of being from America, and Canadians are proud from being Canadian, and Ugandans are proud to be from Uganda. It's any place. They have a pride in their country and their culture, and it is not a dirty word. In fact, it's a very pride-filled word. And I am not a Mexican, but I am living in Mexico, and I try to do so respectfully. And I've actually had a lot of those epiphanies of things that I've carried over from the past, ways that the culture that I grew up in influenced me. And I'm really happy and proud of myself that I can challenge those views and challenge the preconceived notions and experience it for myself. And in doing so, I am changed. And I will tell you this, yes, there's adjustments to moving down here. There are conveniences that will be lost. There are differences in language. You will have to learn some Spanish. You will have to learn where things are. You will have to change some of your habits. The climate, it might just be as simple as the climate is so different. But I'm so proud of myself for adjusting to those things without losing my mind, for being flexible to do those things. And the rewards have been ridiculous. And I'm very proud of myself for maintaining friendships and relationships across the miles. And I'm very proud of myself for some of the new relationships that we have been able to bring into our lives and continue to do so. I am so proud of myself for exploring my creative side. And I can't wait to see what I am capable of. Isn't that crazy? And I'm so proud of KJ for challenging himself and changing his mindset and making that adjustment from 18-hour days to nothing and having to fill it. It's so discombobulating to do that. And he's done it. And I'm so proud of him for all of his exceptional skills in making things happen and government paperwork and step-by-step research and things that I would have never been able to do, or it would have taken me a lot longer. And I'm proud of myself for letting go of the life that I had when I figured out it wasn't working for me. For letting go of that life. It's not easy. But and that's what this all boils down to. No matter what detriments came with moving and having to sell everything and the scariness and the uncertainty and the learning and the challenges, it never outweighed this call I had to do it. And I'm so glad I listened to it. And if you have that call inside of you. If you don't know, then you don't have it. Maybe it's I need to visit Mexico, not move there. But for me, this was a calling. And it has opened my world. It has blown it apart. And I'm trying not to cry right now because I'm so proud of myself. And I'm so happy that we did this. It's been the best thing we've ever done in our lives. And while I miss everyone, not one person that supports us in our life has said this was a mistake. They see it. They see the benefit. They see the changes. But I hope that by sharing some of these things that I can give back a little bit, that I can share with you what it was like for me, so you don't feel so alone in this decision that you're trying to make, if that's the decision you're trying to make, or that you've decided you don't want to do it. That's okay too. Come on down and visit. Go home. It's fine. We all have a different calling. That's what makes a truly remarkable life. It's what it means to you. And yours may look nothing like me. I have some friends who live full-time RVing, and I'm constantly seeing they work from the road and you see all these experiences that they never would have had they not taken that leap. So whatever it is that you want in your life, it's worth going after it. Let it take you there. You don't have to force it. Just let it take you there. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to not plan out the future. I'm trying to see what my future holds and experience it, feel it, let it challenge me, let it keep my brain young, and just live a truly remarkable life. That's probably enough. I'm sorry that I went a little long here, but I wanted to share the realities. And that is what this channel is all about, sharing the realities. I'm going to show you the beautiful stuff, and I'm going to show you the fun stuff, but I want to show you what it's really like. And that's what it's meant to me so far. Next time, maybe we can talk KJ into this. If you want to see KJ tell what it really means to him and what the experience has been like, comment down below. Say, hey KJ, get on camera. Do your thing. Thanks for listening. And again, if you haven't already, go find your truly remarkable life. It's worth it.
Go on now, be good, be fine. Live your life, dream big, don't forget to be kind.